Hey everyone, I have a kind of interesting video to make here. Not a whole lot of different things to talk about, but I do have something pretty interesting, which is this Dell Precision 690. I actually got this last weekend. Today's Wednesday. I got it about 5 days ago, because I made another run to the recycling center and this thing was just lying there, so I took it, and yeah, it's pretty good. I think I'll get right down to it, just talking about it and stuff, because it's pretty self-explanatory. I picked it up from a recycling center, so yeah, as I said, it's a Precision 690. It's pretty cool. It's got 2 Intel Xeon slots in it, 8 memory slots, supports quadruple channel memory, PCI Express by 16 slot, and 4 SATA hard drive slots. And when I first saw it, I didn't know really what to think of it. Just that line there, I thought it was like a big server or something. And it is technically a server. It's actually a workstation. It's from like late 2006. This thing's from. And it's meant to be a workstation, for professional level video editing or whatever. But it can be effectively used as a server. And what it's currently got for hardware, although it has 2 CPU slots, it's only got 1 CPU in it. This thing supports dual and quad core Intel Xeons. I think it's a 51 and 5300 series of Xeons. Right now it's got 3 GHz dual core Xeon in it. That's a 65 nanometer one. And it can support like a 2.66 GHz quad cores. So at some point I might buy a quad core too. They're like $25 a piece on eBay and pop one or two in here. Although if I get a couple, as you can see, I'm gonna have to get another heatsink. There's 8 memory slots below here. I can kind of pull this fan out for a sec. It's kind of running now, so let's see. Okay, yeah, 8 memory slots. It's got 2 chips of memory in it, each of which are only 1 gigabyte, so it's only got 2 gigs of memory. It supports a maximum of 32 gigabytes though, quadruple channel, so it takes DDR2, 533 and 667 ECC memory, so I actually bought 16 gigs of memory for this, for 4 gig chips, for like $30. So that was pretty good. So I'm going to have 16 gigs of memory in this. I could have 18 gigs, but that wouldn't be running in quad channel, it would only be dual channel. And I don't think I'm going to use 18 anyway, so I'll have 16 gigs of quad channel DDR2 667 MHz ECC memory in it. It's got a NVIDIA Quadro FX 3450. It's the other 256 or 512 megabyte professional video cards. It's old, but this is like the highest of the high end from like 7 or 8 years ago, so it's actually pretty good. It had an 80 gig SATA hard drive in it, but I took a 160 I already had, and then bought another 160, the same exact model, off eBay for like $16. Now we have 2 160 gig SATAs in RAID 0. It's working pretty well. Power supply is 750 watt. So it has a code for Windows XP on, but I went ahead and loaded Windows Server 2008 R2 on it. I'm going to just transfer the code, I guess, from my other server to this one and use this one primarily. But yeah, it's pretty good. So I've only bought a hard drive and more memory for it so far. And the CPU does okay, I guess. I'm running a Minecraft server on my custom-made server inside from 2004, and the CPUs usually get up to about usually I allow like 15% usage, if even, when running that server. But with this thing, the CPUs are at like 40% usage, because I guess this thing's CPU isn't as good. Because my other server has 2 3.6 GHz hyper-threading Xeon single cores, which you would think would be the rough equivalent of like a 3.6 dual core, but this thing has a 3 GHz dual core, so it's not as high of a frequency, and the CPU doesn't support hyper-threading, whereas the other two on my other server do. So it seems that the 2 single core 3.6s are better than the 1 dual core 3, so I'll buy a quad core for this if I need to buy another quad core for $25 a piece, so $50 in CPUs and then another $25 for heatsink. So I could spend $75 upgrading, as much as $75 upgrading the processors and get them to be pretty good. But yes, and it's working pretty well. Though when I went to install Windows on it, I was doing something weird, because I plugged both the hard drives in and made a RAID 0 array, which was really easy in the setup configuration utility. And I went to install Windows Server, and it restarted, and it told me, "Oop, the RAID volume failed." So I pulled the connectors out and tested out those hard drives in my gateway over here, They seem to work fine, so I was kind of puzzled by that. But I noticed that under one of the connectors there was like a little hair or something, so I think that might have done it. So I pulled that out, plugged them back in. It's working absolutely fine now. So yeah, as I said, I have Windows Server 08 R2 on it, running pretty good. It's not super fast to start up. Well, no server is, but like in Windows, if I start up and immediately open something, it doesn't open right away. And I think I should probably do some disk benchmarking compared to my other server. I know that this thing's processor isn't as powerful as my other server, as it currently is, and my other server has 10 gigs of memory, and this thing only has 2, although it will have 16 pretty soon. And the hard drive storage is about the same as my other server, except it's a 2-way RAID instead of a 4-way. But I'll make more videos on this thing later. I'm thinking of using it as a game server, of course, and even maybe to run a website off of. I don't know. Oh, I don't think I should run a website off a Windows server. Maybe I'll use a virtual box to run a virtual Linux installation and run a web server off that. Hell, I don't know. But yeah, I'll make more updates on it later. This thing's probably going to be my college machine because, as I've mentioned in my past videos, I have a space to run my business out of at college, and I don't really want to set up my other server because it makes tons of noise. So with this thing upgraded, it'll be more powerful in that server, and it's also more quiet, which is nice. I mean, the only thing you can really hear right now is the video card fan going really fast for whatever reason, even though it doesn't even run HUT, but whatever. But it also came with this monitor here, which looks pretty good. It's like a 22-inch, but however, it does have this green line going down. It's something wrong with the display board, and it's not really worth repairing. So I'm just gonna probably use this monitor anyway, but maybe get rid of it. I really don't know. But yeah, I'll probably transfer all my other stuff from my other server to this one, retire my other server, and then use this one instead. So I'll have like a Minecraft and Gmod, maybe a web server running on this, and use it for whatever I need to use it for. I think I'll bring a couple servers with me to college. I'll probably bring this one in my custom build, which I'm currently using, out to college with me, which would be nice. Which means I have to sell my PowerEdge 2600, so I might do that. But I think that's going to be it for this video. The one more thing to mention is that the video card and sync functions pretty well. It's not like most server GPUs in the way that it actually has like OpenGL, which doesn't seem that fancy, but considering the fact that my other server, one of my other servers, my PowerEdge 2600, doesn't have OpenGL, yeah, OpenGL seems like a luxury to me on a server. So I actually installed Windows Server on the 80 gig hard drive that came in it, just to test, and I got the second 160 today and did the RAID stuff today. But before that, I was just testing the thing out to see if the Serverlite would install run properly in my 80 gig, and could actually run a Minecraft server on this, and actually run the Minecraft game itself maxed out pretty well. I mean, I know Minecraft isn't that demanding, but I could run it maxed out pretty well on the server, and it supports the Windows Aero, so I can actually use the Windows 7 theme with Windows Server 08, which is nice. But yeah, I'll make more updates on this later as I actually use stuff for it. Maybe, maybe not, but whatever. That will be it for this video, and as always, thank you guys for watching.